Let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Steve Calderon, who writes, Ghostbusters Afterlife director Jason Reitman. I love Jason Reitman. Thank you for Smoking, Juno, Up in the Air, on and on. I just love this. I think he's a tremendous... I even like him more than his dad. I even like him more than Ivan Reitman. Anyway, Afterlife director Jason Reitman revealing on Josh Gad's Reunited Apart series that he is already developing another installment of the franchise despite COVID-19, pushing Afterlife's release date back to March 5th, 2021. Do you think this is a good sign that Sony is very happy with Jason's Ghostbusters film and confident it will be successful? All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And for those of you who maybe haven't heard about this, so Josh Gad is doing this incredible thing online right now, which is like the second best thing going on other than John Krasinski's Some Good News. Josh Gad has been doing this thing where he gets reunions of people, like he did with the Lord of the Rings cast and others. He gets these movie reunions on Zoom calls and just talks to them. It's really a great idea that he's been doing. It's been pretty cool. Well, he just did one with the Ghostbusters cast and talking to Jason Reitman about Afterlife. And you may have seen these headlines running around that Jason Reitman confirms he's already working on a follow-up to Ghostbusters Afterlife. Well, that might not be true. Now, I went and watched the video myself, and I thought it was a little gray about whether or not that's what he was actually saying. But the good folks over at Slash Film took a more, I guess you could say, definitive position. The folks at Slash Film were saying, no, Jason Reitman is not saying he's working on a follow-up to Ghostbusters Afterlife. And here's the argument they made for that. This is, again, coming to us from the good folks at Slash Film. When reading the quote in text form, Jason Reitman's wording may seem like he's confirming work on a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, but it's Josh Gad's phrasing of the lead-in that provides the proper context, especially when you watch the moment in the video above. They played the video, obviously. Josh Gad says, so far on Reunited Apart, every movie we've done has had no further installments. So so whenever they've talked about a particular movie, it didn't have a further installment after that. But you guys have been working on a little sequel. Can you tell us anything? And if so, what can you tell us? This is where Jason Reitman responds, yeah, no, I can't tell you anything, but we are working on another installment. Reitman isn't saying that they're working on another sequel, but he's referring to Ghostbusters Afterlife as another installment. So that's where some of the confusion comes into play here. A bunch of people are taking what Jason Reitman said and running with, oh, he said they're working on another installment. That means they're working on another installment after Ghostbusters Afterlife, where really you could read it as he's saying, no, Ghostbusters Afterlife is the another installment. We're working on another installment of Ghostbusters, and it's called Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's what we're working on. So you've got a lot of people running around, understandably so, because the way it is phrased, it is very confusing. There are sometimes people run with headlines. It's like, oh, come on, guys, you can't be serious. But this is one of those situations where, yeah, you could totally see how people would see it that way. Like if you watch the interview, it totally kind of sounds like that. But then when Slash Film puts it in that context, then you're kind of like, oh, no, he wasn't talking about that. Look, personally, I'm on the side right now, although I can be convinced otherwise. I'm on the side right now of believing that Jason Reitman was not talking about doing a Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. I think he was strictly talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife. But I could totally see why some people would interpret it otherwise, and there may be some credibility to that. I'm not sure. Listen, let's play the game here for a second and say, what if indeed they are talking about doing a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife? Is that a good move at this point? Well, I mean, theoretically speaking, it could be a brilliant move. I mean, look, if they were moving forward right now, and this is a huge if, and I don't think they are, but if they are moving forward already on developing a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, then yeah, that would say to us as an audience that the studio has really big confidence in the way this Ghostbusters movie is turning out. It would be nothing but a positive thing, so that's great. The problem, though, is that Reitman's not even done his work on Ghostbusters Afterlife. So I don't see him, oh yeah, today I'm going to work from 1 to 5 on Ghostbusters Afterlife, but then from 6 to 8, I'm going to work on a Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. I just don't see that being the case, although it could be. So my position right now is I'm taking the position that I don't think he was talking about a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife. Although if he was, it's a positive sign, but I don't think he was. The question is for you guys. What do you think he was talking about? Was Reitman talking about doing a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, or was he only talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife itself? And if he was talking about a sequel, do you think that's a good sign for this movie and the confidence the studio has in it? It's a big ball of confusion right now, but tell me what you guys think. How are you interpreting it? Jump down into the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys.